Namaste. Our today's topic is minding our minds during lockdown.
As we all aware about COVID-19 coronavirus, it is viral infection which is first reported in Wuhan, China in 2019. Very soon it becomes dangerous and declared pandemic. All around the world, almost every country gets infected by this deadly virus. Globally, every country is trying to get a solution for this disease, but still, every country is struggling for an effective and permanent answer. The fear of uncertainty, stigma, non availability of standard treatment, and the large quarantine measure are fueling the mental pressure. There are three modes of transmission of coronavirus. The first one is it is transmitted through droplets of cough, sneeze, or exhales by infected person. The second one is a close proximity of someone who has COVID-19. The third one is by touching contaminated surfaces and then to your eyes, nose, or mouth. There are major 4 to 5 physical symptoms of coronavirus: tiredness, fever, dry cough, body aches or pains, sore throat, difficulty in breathing. Now we are heading towards our today's topic, that is psychological symptoms due to prolonged lockdown period. Anxiety, stress, depression, anger outburst, post-traumatic stress disorder, and stigma. These are very common psychological symptoms we can see. Multiple factors involving anxiety, stress, and depression. The uncertainty about prognosis of disease is the major cause of anxiety. The second one is the fear of future disabilities due to this pandemic situation. The third one is it is by due to worries over anything and everything like jobs, money, living arrangements, the pandemic itself also. It's also due to feelings of being overwhelmed by events, powerlessness. The self-verbalization is plays major role in a depression. The negative vision of things or any daily events. The last one is feelings of discouragements, insecurities, sadness, anger. Due to psychological symptoms, we can see very common behavioral symptoms like difficulty in concentrating, irritability, aggression, crying, withdrawal, insecurities, difficulty in taking decisions. Anger outburst. It can happen due to prolonged isolation, quarantine, restrictions like not to do this and that. Post traumatic stress disorder. When we think about traumatic events, it's not what the event is, it's really your interpretation and what the event causes for you. While it's impossible to predict what life look like in the future, there are many things we can do in the present to flatten the mental health wave. Now we can see a post-traumatic stress disorder symptom. It can be physical or mental. It can be reliving the event through vivid dreams or painful memories by believing that the event is happening at the present time. Emotional numbness, feeling guilt, anxiety, or panic, being overly alert or easily startled, outburst of anger, stigma associated with the coronavirus. Blaming and shaming certain groups of people for a pandemic poses a threat to everyone. When the outbreak is caused by a new virus, rumors and misinformation rampant. Stereotypes quickly arise about people who have or may have a disease. Also, some people worry that individuals who have recently completed quarantine having a COVID-19 and are contagious, but there is no current evidence to suggest that's true. Blaming and shaming groups in this way can be hurtful and dangerous. It makes people targets for misplaced anger. It also creates hardship and divisions that hamper the response to the pandemic. There are major four stigmatized groups we can see. People returning from travel. the healthcare workers and emergency attendants, people with the disease and their family and friends, people released from quarantine. What happens to groups that are stigmatized? They may be excluded in a social situation. They may be denied jobs and educational opportunities. They may be denied access to adequate housing and healthcare. They may be targeted of verbal and emotional and physical abusement. How can you reduce stigma due to COVID-19? Education is the only way to fight stigma. It helps dispel harmful stereotypes. You can help reduce stigma by getting facts about COVID-19 from reputed sources like World Health Organization and share them with your family and friends. Speaking up if you hear or see inaccurate statements about COVID-19 and certain people or groups. Reaching out to people who may feel stigmatized, ask them how you can help. Listen to them and show that you understand and support them. Showing support for healthcare workers and others who are caring for people with COVID-19. Thanks them for their work and share positive messages on social media. Showing support for and thanking all who continue their essential jobs to help you and your community, such as police officers, bus drivers, doctors, healthcare professionals, grocery store clerk, delivery person. Now we will see what is isolation and quarantine. Isolation is an act of separating a sick individual with a contagious disease from healthy individuals without that contagious disease. Quarantine. Quarantine is a separates and restricts the movements of people who were exposed to contagious disease to see if they become sick. Now we will see how to manage mental health during self-isolation or quarantine. Try to maintain positive, practical and calm approach. Everyone is concerned about outbreak of coronavirus and it's absolutely normal to feel concerned. But we should not forget that medical, scientific and public health experts globally are working hard to contain this deadly virus. Hope is the best medicine and it is true that very soon we will have a definite answer or vaccine for this COVID-19. Extensive panic can cause difficulties and further complications to manage the outburst effectively. Try to stay calm and follow official advices, particularly around good hygienic habits. Stay close to your normal routine. Initiate a in-house hobby. Avoid speculations and access reliable information. Rumors or speculations can fuel anxiety. Having access to good quality information about COVID-19. Do not assume anything which can escalate the false beliefs and complicate the situation. Keep yourself engaged in healthy in-house activities. Refrain, I'm stuck inside too. I can finally focus on my home and myself. Maintain physical activities at home. Find a healthy balance in relation with the media. Media provides us information and helps us to keep ourselves updated. It is always advisable to refrain yourself from unnecessary negative information. Keep regular sleep routine and eat available healthy food. Assist each other at home to connect with the family and friends via social media. Now the most important point is management of children's mental health during this pandemic. Families should discuss the news about the virus with those in their care in an open and honest way. Try to relate the facts in a way that is appropriate for their age and temperament. Take time to talk with your child about COVID-19 outbreak. Answer their questions too. Limit families' exposure to news coverage of the events, including social media. Children may misinterpret what they hear and can be frightened about something they do not know. Remember, everyone is in this together. The COVID-19 pandemic will be over sooner if fear and rumors are replaced by facts, proper actions, and showing of supports for another following government's instructions. If you like our channel, please subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.